No, I got to lean in.
Okay, happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday Night Live. I'm here with Love and Jamie to talk about the most recent episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We were not here last week, and I'm kind of glad we weren't because when I went back and watched the episode, I don't know if I would have wanted to waste my time. So we'll be briefly discussing a little bit of the episode, but obviously a lot of it carries over into this episode. We have actually, I believe, two more episodes into the finale, and then
so.
they will move into their reunion. It'll probably be three parts. I believe they shot it. Was it last week? I believe week before last. I think it was last week because I saw.
Yeah.
Is that when the message came out from Garcelle saying?
I think so.
Oh
yeah.
All kinfolk ain't skinfolk.
Child, well, it's so funny that she said that. This is so funny that she said that. But whatever, we'll discuss that when we get to that. Jamie, how you doing today? I like your hair.
I'm good. Thank y'all. I'm good. It's good to see you guys. We took a couple weeks off. Good to be on a panel with Love again. We haven't been on it in a little bit. But I think the last time, look, I'm hot. It's Texas, so it's getting hot again. The last time I was on with Love, it was a little emotional. It was an emotional episode. So no tears.
It was emotional?
No, it was when Sutton went back home to see racist Reba. So
that was emotional. What, something happened?
Wow, so Tez doesn't watch the episodes, is what I'm.
No, I've watched the episode, but
no, I'm saying our episodes where we record. You don't watch our episodes. That's crazy.
Oh, you know what?
This is crazy.
Listen, when I take my breaks literal, I just detach. Listen, when I'm not, if I'm working for somebody to host for me, I'm like, bye, they got it. But always here if needed, of course. Love, how you doing?
I am better. I am finally healed from those crazy flus. Y'all be safe out there. I was out for weeks.
Ooh, they asked me to take the flu shot today, and I said, Nah, I'm sorry. Listen, I can't. I don't. I'm not really anti, shots and vaccines and stuff like that. But when it comes to the flu shot, that's just one shot that I know every time I've taken it, I know I get it, and I'm like,
okay, yeah,
that's just me.
That makes sense. I know a couple people like that.
That's just me. I'm a very healthy person, so
it's your immune system's like
my immune system. I'm gonna knock on some wood or something. Is quite strong. It has gotten me through a lot of things.
I'm not accusing anybody of lying. I'm not accusing anybody of not lying. But I was at my doctor's last week and I asked him for the flu shots, and he was like, "You really don't need it. Flu season is over. Nobody's getting the flu like that anymore." So, Love, what is the truth?
No, are you saying that he didn't ask me that today? Girl, please. If you listen to your doctor, you may be the one with the flu. Because then you just have the flu.
No, I had a sinus infection.
No, not you. I'm talking to Love. Do you just have
That's
the
what
flu?
I said. Allegedly. Yeah. Allegedly. I need to see the test. Show me the receipt.
Show him anything.
And my sick time from work. Damn you, Jamie. I'll give you everything.
Show me that PTO request.
It sounds like Jamie wants you to give him a doctor's note. All right, y'all. Well, listen, make sure y'all like this video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. We're gonna, like I said, we are close to the end of this season. As of right now, I believe this may be the Lean's last show until maybe the next era of like housewife franchises right now, because we're not doing Atlanta. I haven't even watched Atlanta. I heard it was interesting, but am I interested to do it? No. Jersey and Miami are in the air. I'm not really sure. So we'll still
Jersey ain't even filming.
Huh?
Jersey ain't even filming anytime
soon. I'm still like in the air isn't too, but because they have made some announcements about it. So we'll see.
So Miami should drop anytime now.
Like the video and subscribe to the channel. I try to update, as much as I can to what's going on. So if you're subscribed, you'll find out. Okay. All right. So let's get into this episode. So I'll briefly touch on last week's a few things that happened that I felt were notable to mention. Last week we saw it was the continuation of the footage of Mauricio being in. I keep forgetting where the hell he was. Was it Greece?
Nowhere important.
Right. Somewhere.
Somewhere overseas.
Somewhere overseas, and he was filmed with a woman in a bathing suit or a sheer outfit. A couple of scenes happened in this episode. Erica was talking to her mom. You know, I really enjoy Erica's mom. I really do actually. When I see her, I think she's such a nice little lady. You know, it makes me like Erica because I feel like Erica really enjoys and loves her mom as well. But in the scene, it just sounds like Erica was talking to her mom, just knowing that, you know, she's getting older and she needs to get her life together, post divorce. Then we had a scene with Sutton and Garcelle discussing the Mauricio and the video, and you know, they both kind of agreed that it just seems like that it was a little staged and maybe a little set up. Sutton made some comments about Mo being basically old in terms of being, I guess, running around with someone that could be his daughter's age. Then we saw Kathy and Kyle discussing the video as well. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of agree with Kathy, which I hate to say that, but when she said, I mean, it's not like he's Brad Pitt. So that's kind of what I said 2 weeks ago. I'm like, first of all, who is just going around looking for video of Mauricio? I mean, come on.
Overseas in another country.
Right. Who is this thinking about Mauricio? Nobody, right? And then we had there was a conversation between Dorit and Garcelle, which was different because most times when they sit down, it's usually about each other and where they stand and some racial stuff. It's always crazy. But this conversation, although, you know, it wasn't like just a direct combo, it was a good conversation. I thought it was pretty, you know, interesting to watch. And in this whole thing, they're kind of talking about Kyle as well. You know, there's obviously some footage that came out or in the tabloids about her being at Morgan's show and things like that. And they basically feel like, well, you know, he may have done this stunt across overseas in retaliation to what she did last year and all the stuff she pulled with Morgan, because at one point she was frolicking around the town with Morgan, getting tattoos, doing everything else, right? And so, you know, they kind of, you know, she basically says that she thinks that Kyle, you know, she thinks that Mauricio is being vindictive about the whole thing. And then some of this conversation, in their conversation, Garcelle does bring up her Dorit's issue with Sutton, and Dorit is like, I don't have an issue with her, but she feels like, you know, Garcelle is definitely blind to some of the things that Sutton does. She feels like that what happened in the previous episode, where what she basically said, she thinks that her wallet is bigger than her and that she should leave her alone. She thinks that was very cruel. Garcelle did agree that it was mean. And to finish off this episode, we saw Kathy getting pushed off the damn runway as she is walking down the runway. And Sutton pretty much ended the episode kind of in awe that everyone was so supportive of her. Further proving that she goes from big Sut to little Sut so fast. But anyway, any thoughts on anything from the previous episode, Jamie?
You know, you make a good point about Kyle, you know, beating Mauricio to the punch last season and gallivanting all around town. Like, I'm not going to say you don't have a right to be upset when your ex is with somebody else, but like, lady, the way you're carrying on and with all these tears, like you weren't actively like making out with this lady for an entire year last year. Like, it's annoying. I also know last year we critiqued and we got a little bit of flack about it for, you know, everybody has their coming out journey and everybody's figuring their sexuality out. And I agree with that. But the way Kyle dropped that fake lesbian storyline this year, hasn't mentioned about exploring her sexuality, hasn't mentioned about figuring stuff out, that hasn't mentioned Morgan at all. Like, that lady done left that little boy in the dust. And she's back to men's. It's annoying. And it's all of the things wrapped up in what I really can't stand Kyle about. She very much is I can do anything that I want, but the second you apply the tiniest amount of pressure on me, I'm gonna scream, cry, throw up, and think that I'm a victim and like run away and, you know, whatever. Garcelle and Sutton are getting a lot of heat on social media for being obsessed with Kyle or whatever, but they're the only ones asking the questions that the viewers are asking too. Like, lady, this is staged. You've been doing it. Y'all both been cheating on each other. Like, please spare us the theatrics and let's just keep it pushing.
Love.
Last episode was okay. I mean,
you have anything to add to it? I mean, you can you know, some of the things will come up in a new episode, so you don't have to add anything to it. It's fine.
No, that's true.
Yeah, you can just, you know, trust me. You're gonna talk about the same things in this one too, but a little bit more. All right. So at the beginning of the current episode, this is what we see: Erica, Dorit, and Bose. They come over to Erica's newly furnished house. It is redecorated and redesigned, and it looks nice. It never looked bad, but it looks like she found, her storyline this season was, was decorating her home. And so, we're at the end of the season. So usually we see a full circle of storylines, and this is hers. It looks great in there. It looks kind of small, kind of tight, but it looks great. And I'm glad she has her independence. They're talking about the trip to St. Lucia that is planned by Bose. So kudos to her for being a first-time housewife and planning the big cash trip. It was very interesting because usually Beverly Hills, they go a lot of places, right? They usually go, to me, I feel like they have some of the best destinations for the housewives. I've never been to St. Lucia, but I was glad to see them go somewhere different because usually it's always cast like Potomac, Married to Medicine, and Atlanta. They go to St. Lucia, these tropical places. So I'm glad that Beverly Hills was able to go somewhere like that too. And hopefully they start switching it up and giving all of the shows some nice trips. But I thought it was a change because they don't usually go somewhere where it's warm for their big trip. That's usually like their first half trip, So I'm excited to see that, but she's planning it. She throws a little shade at Sutton because she says that on her trip, they're going to have a real fashion show, alluding to, Sutton's fashion show not being a real one.
Interesting.
Bose makes a comment and says she thinks it's pretty hypocritical that they say that she defends Dorit too much when Garcelle does the exact same thing for her little white friend. She's like, well, why can't I defend my white friend? She defended her white friend. So listen, why am I getting so much slack? And Erica mentions that, it's quite ironic that they talk about that Sutton is talking about how no one should be talking about the allegations of her being an alcoholic or having a drinking problem, because when Erica was going through her divorce and was drinking alcohol and taking medication and stuff like that, they weren't showing her any grace. She feels like it's kind of hypocritical that they do that. So it's a whole little
girl.
We on this side, we on this versus that side. It's what's happening in this scene here. I'll stop there and go with you, Love. Any thoughts on anything in that conversation?
Absolutely. Look, I'm with you when you're right when it comes to the comparisons, but there has to be good context behind it. Erica, you were a drunk mixing pills. We all saw it with our own lives. Falling down, you cursed out a minor, and you almost got slapped. What are we talking about? That is not. I hate when housewives, like, you're not a revision historian. Stop doing that. I was watching that scene like, are you talking about the same season where you can look bad all by yourself? What are we talking about? So much to go off.
It's the scene where she literally said, "Oh my God, I'm lit."
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Go pee on the new girl. Like, girl, what? We were there, Erica. So that pissed me. I was like, please. So got pushed to the side. Now I'm with you when you're right. Yes, absolutely, Boz. It is similar with Garcelle having Sutton's back. But the only difference there, boo-boo, you got here 2.5 seconds ago. You don't even know Dorit's middle name. It's not the same thing. What are we talking about? It's not the same thing. Well, we have this defense. And then Erica was like, yeah, they've been doing it for years. Yeah, as long as they've known each other. What are we talking about? The conversation itself was stupid. I was like, I can't. But it involves Erica. She needs to go. Erica needs to go next season. I'm trying to remember another housewife where their whole storyline was decor and home design. I can't. What is
Gina? Gina from OC decorating that casita.
I think it's over. Now, what a fall from grace. What a fall from grace. Because let's just say, there's been housewives that had no storyline except for stirring the pot, like a Giselle. Giselle's a perfect example. Giselle will have absolutely nothing to do, but she will show up in the show. Erica still could have showed up in the season and went back to home decor. You didn't even show up. So I don't know I think she just might be checked out, but those are my thoughts. That's what I got from it.
So I will say, I will give credit where credit is due. Erica's place feels like Erica's place because that tacky mansion she was living in before, I know that old man did not let her pick out a damn thing. All that mahogany wood and all the doilies and that tassel, that was not Erica. And I think Erica's mother said, this feels like you. This place feels like your place. I was excited. Y'all know if you've watched the show for the last couple of seasons, I've been very critical of Erica. I used to love her a lot because she did have a really slick mouth, and she didn't really insert herself in a lot of drama, but she didn't let drama insert herself with her. Like she always addressed it. Erica, the last two seasons, really seems desperate to start a fight with somebody about stuff that happened 3 to 4 years ago. She's constantly bringing up that, well, they didn't give me any grace. Baby, you were slurring down to the boat. You were showing, you had legs to the moon, baby. You were screaming, flirting with people, sexually harassing, like Love said, cussing out minors. Like, Sutton sips her little champagne, kikis with her friends, and the only time Sutton gets out of character is when somebody approaches her first, and then she cusses them out. So, like, they're not. I've never seen Sutton falling down anywhere. I've never seen Sutton abuse a minor. Like none of that. I mean, everybody has been fall down sloppy drunk.
Sutton get upset about is the fact that she was told that she was told she should have wore pants.
Listen, she lost her shit.
That's it.
Meanwhile, Erica, like Kyle used to get drunk and do the splits at the drop of a dime, like she was performing like goddamn ragtime show. Like, my God. It is revisionist history. And Bose, like, I understand Dorit and you have a kinship immediately and you want to defend your friend. And I said this a couple of episodes ago. The difference that you're seeing is that Garcelle comments on stuff that she's actually there for, because her and Sutton have been in the shit since they started at the same time. They've both been dealing with the same shit from these women since day one. So I imagine when Garcelle is hearing these things, them bitching about Sutton, she's like, well, now hold on, girl, I was there. This is not what happened. Like, we're gonna have to talk about it. So in a sense, she's defending herself. Her and Sutton have been a package deal because they've had to be. Bose has an option to be like, well, if 4 out of 5 members of this cast really aren't vibing with you right now, maybe I should ask them, what's the reason? She hasn't done that yet. I really, really love Bose. I love her to death, but it's one of those things that's just a level of annoyance with me that it's like, I need you to detach yourself from this lady. Like, I don't know if she put some sort of witchcraft or what's going on, but like, there is never in the history of anything has anybody liked Dorit this much. Ever Erica didn't really even mess with her when Rita was there. Like, when did all this love for Dorit come up? So yeah, I'm interested to see how this reunion is going to go, and I really hope that with Garcelle saying that, Garcelle stood up for herself and made it known, because that shade that Bose was throwing, Sutton has really talked a lot about Dorit, but hasn't said anything negative about you. So for you to unprovoked throw some shade at that lady on behalf of your little white friend.
That is the problem. Like,
your little white friend.
Like, that little shade within itself is evident that, like, what you're doing is wrong, lady. Like, you don't have to throw any shade. She hasn't said anything about you and your big old wigs. I hope she wouldn't. She ain't said nothing about nothing. Like, she hasn't talked about her, but she's throwing her shade. She's basically, the difference between the two is that Bose is doing the work for Dorit, literally.
Yep.
Garcelle may come to Sutton's defense, but Garcelle is not speaking for Sutton. When Sutton is in these heated situations, she may be like, okay, y'all, but she's not finna try to speak for her. And that's
or jump in.
Like,
she doesn't jump in.
Yeah, and then even here lately, since they told her about that, she's kind of, she kind of is she has retracted a little bit from what she used to. She was way more verbal, I felt, but now she's like, okay, I think she's more cognizant of it. It's like Bose though don't want to see it, and the fact that she sees, she's allowed Erica to get in her head by saying that Garcelle been doing it for years. She thinks it's okay, and she don't want to see it. She's being about it.
What we've seen Garcelle do is more so say, hey, that is not what's happening. What you guys are saying, Sutton, but Garcelle is also not afraid to say what Sutton said was dead wrong, and I told her. And then there's footage of her backing that up that we're seeing. Bose on day 3 is coming up to people, y'all better stop ganging up on her, and that's my friend, and y'all are being rude, and if you don't like it, get out of the house. And it's like, whoa, baby girl, you literally just, like you said, you just got here. Let's reel it in a little bit. Garcelle's never done that. It's always been like, well, let somebody else speak. You actually did say that. That is not what she's responding to. Can you let her finish? But she's never gone out of character or like chastised somebody for fighting with Sutton.
Yeah.
She's always like, well, girl, I don't know what to tell y'all, but y'all better tell the truth if you're gonna have an argument here at the table in front of everybody.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on and we'll talk about it some more. So there's two scenes that happen simultaneously. There's Sutton and Garcelle at her home, and they talk about Kathy creating chaos at the damn fashion show, how it hit the tabloids, that she crashed the runway. Garcelle tells Sutton about her conversation with Dorit, and says that Dorit didn't have. So Dorit says she didn't have an issue, and that Sutton is the one with the issue. But she also says that if she were to give Dorit a killing bag, then Dorit says she would let it go. She'd be cool. She broke.
Just begging.
She broke. She's begging. Her and Erica have been begging all season. You know how like you have a dog and the dog when they come up to you when you're eating. Dog, that's Dorit. That's Dorit and Erica. Those dogs, you be like, why you over here begging? They ain't saying nothing right. They just looking at you because they want
it. It's when a kid looks at you and is like, my mom said I could have some. I've never tried that.
You
like,
see how quickly Jennifer Kim put that black purse back? She was like, okay, thank you,
Give me my purse.
Thank you. Jennifer, put the purses away.
When you take Dorit and Erica out, you gotta say, don't ask me for nothing. Don't touch nothing. Don't put it in the bag.
Don't act crazy in this store.
That's how you gotta treat them too. So then they talk about the Mauricio and Kyle stuff, and honestly, Garcelle is doing her little producing thing, and she's like, I feel like we should be talking about Morgan, like we're talking about Mauricio. Like, why are we not talking about Morgan? And Sutton is like, no, I'm cool with Kyle right now. No, I'm cool with Kyle. I'm not trying to go down. And Garcelle's like, but you don't think we should? Nah, I'm cool with Kyle right now. I don't want to do it. And so they talk about that. So then Garcelle kind of makes notion that, Sutton is, she basically doesn't want to come for Kyle. She's scared of Kyle. And, she clearly wants to be accepted with her. But there's also this thing of she feels like now that Kyle and Dorit are kind of okay, they're kind of pushing, Sutton out. And so Sutton is feeling away, which, like I said, big Sut back to little Sut. She never even goes from big to medium. She just go right from big to little and little to big. It's just crazy. There's just no middle ground with her. But so like I said, Garcelle thinks that Sutton is scared of Kyle. And she wants to bring up the stuff with Morgan, but like I said, Sutton is like, that's my friend now. We in good graces. Nope, don't want to do it. So in the same moment, there's a conversation between Bose and Kyle. Bo said when she saw the tabloids about Mo, she wanted to just pick up her big heavy ass wig and she wanted to run over there, to Kyle, like, oh my God, because girl, Bo gets on my nerves. I'm not gonna lie to you. She annoys the hell out of me. She annoys me. I'm sorry. Like that.
She said it took everything I had to not come over here.
I said, well, girl, it should have took a lot more for you to get your ass and go over there if you wanted to go. Because please.
Last week you said that lady was cold, and now you're ready to fight for her?
You just told that lady's sister that she was cold and she don't like. Oh, anyway. But they're working on their relationship or whatever. Kyle is emotional because she feels like in the moment that when they were trying to get to know each other, this is where this is when Mo had moved out, so she feels like that's why they were not, in the best place at that moment. But now that time has passed, she feels like she's giving Bose a chance. So then, what's her name? Bose tells a story of a situation with her late husband where there was this woman over at the house, and then when her husband was like in critical care or sick, she went to the hospital. And the lady was over there brushing across his head and his hair and gave him a little kiss on the cheek, and she was like, "Get this bitch out of here."
It was Kyle's face. Kyle said,
Kyle was like,
she didn't know what to say. She said, "Oh wow, oh wow."
Yeah. So yeah, Kyle still talks about them being separated and divorced and blah blah blah. Jamie, what are your thoughts on either of those scenes, Bose and Kyle or Sutton and Garcelle?
I will say, and I've said this before, Sutton and Garcelle have a real friendship because as much as Garcelle defends Sutton in front of the other ladies and make sure that she makes the defense known, she calls it out to Sutton. Like in the confessional, Sutton desperately wants to be friends with Kyle, and I want her to stand on her own 2 feet a little bit. She's called Sutton out on the after show. Like I think it was last week where she's like, "You don't think this? Why are you not saying this?" We like that's a friend to say like, "Girl, I see what you're doing. I want you to have a little more respect for yourself because that lady ain't your friend." Like Sean just said here in the comments, Kyle doesn't think a second before she turns on Sutton and lights her up any damn where. Which we knew that was going to happen. So, like, I appreciate that Garcelle, is a friend enough not to light her up in front of everybody like the rest of these ladies do, but she's not scared to say like, I don't like how you're acting in your quest to be accepted by these ladies. Now, Kyle, I did not need a montage of you speaking to Spanish whenever we go to your house
You
to
didn't
these
like that?
people. And Bose was like, I didn't know you speak Spanish. She was like, well, yeah, growing up, I had people that worked for me. I was like, oh, no.
Oh my
She
Lord.
did say that. I said,
My God, today.
I was like, okay.
But it was also, she was like, my husband's Mexican. And Bo said, for real?
Like you said that.
But that's what I would have been. That's what I thought she was going to say. Like,
That's where I would have
Mauricio.
gone.
But she said, oh, no, I had Mexican help.
I was like, yeah, her and
That
Dorit
was
are friends.
the most random fucking thing to say. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, Lord
I
have
see.
mercy.
But I will say, like, she sounded good. But if you notice, her housekeeper there when Kyle started speaking, she was like, "No, girl,
it's like
you know I speak English, right? Like you know
Yeah.
that.
You've never done that.
You don't got to do
Oh, my
this."
God.
No.
But yeah, it's Bo's like, maybe I didn't need to hear that story. Like I didn't need to hear her. You almost beat up that side chick after you was like, I didn't need that, but thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But they said in the comments, Bose now has permission to be friends with Kyle now that Kyle and Dorit are patched up, and it just goes to show how much Bose has taken her marching orders from Dorit. And this scene, I agree, absolutely showed that. Like it's unfortunate.
Love.
That's a good point. I'm with Jamie. I'm so sick and tired of Sutton caring about Kyle. Okay. Back to season 5 or season 6, maybe even like season 7. Maybe. All right. I could see certain housewives wanting to be friends with Kyle because she was more one of the it girls, and she was, that girl that's always with Andy every reunion. I get it. This season, Kyle, no, why?
Mm-mm.
Kyle is washed up. She's divorced. Mauricio don't want her. Morgan's not answering her text messages. Why do you want to be friends with Kyle so bad in 2025? Really, Sutton? This is
the year of our Lord.
Chapter that you want to be friends with Kyle? It's just for what? Kyle's not even fun. She's not even fun to be around if you're drunk. She's all sober. It's just not fun. What are you giving right now, Kyle? What are you giving? I don't know. It irritates me every time. And then as soon as she admitted it, like, I just want them to like. I said, Sutton, God, you're right. And Ted, she goes from big dog
big to small, itty bitty Sutton. I'm sick of it.
Well, that's because she's sober. She's only big stuff when she's drunk.
Oh,
that's when she got that courage.
Does she have a drinking problem?
No, she just need a little courage. She need her little spinach, her Popeye spinach.
Pumper. I can't stand that outside of, and you know what? And that was a good comment because I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Well, she's a whole nother girl now after Dorit and Kyle were kikiing and sniggling and giggling in the last event or two. Now all of a sudden it's like, girl, I'll come through hell.
Well, now you have Dorit.
Right. Through hell or high water.
You have Dorit and Garcelle that met, and now you have Kyle and Bose, So I guess they just saying like, okay, I don't know.
I think production absolutely said like, we got to get y'all together because ain't nobody want to film with each other. Let's do this. Come on.
Well, they tired of the same scenes of Bose with Dorit and Garcelle and Sutton. It's the same scenes.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, come on, Erica ain't filming with nobody but her furniture because she paying the bill on it, so she gotta she gotta talk to that furniture.
Listen, that landlord gonna see the work she did and say, okay, I'm raising your rent, and she's gonna be like, damn. I can't afford
to like that wallpaper. She wants everyone to like that wallpaper. I don't like it.
I
You
don't
know
like
how
it.
you know how you in a place where you just spend a lot of money on something, you're gonna enjoy it. You're right.
Absolutely.
And so Erica ain't been nowhere but her home and Chuck E. Cheese, literally. So
Me when I move next month. When I move
she
next month, I ain't going nowhere but my living room.
and that is Erica. She gonna sit there and you know they be like, I'm gonna enjoy all of this. She gonna sit in that damn house as long as she can.
Get her off. Get her out of here.
All right, let's put these things together right here. So this was quite interesting of a scene. So we have PK and we have Dorit, right? This is the first time we've seen them interact with each other. Was it all this season or was it since the beginning? I can't remember. They tried a scene early this season. I think they maybe have. Was it one? This is the first time we've seen them interact since we've heard all the things from Dorit. You know, Dorit has said that he was drunk and that you know he's a bad father and all these things. She's been talking about PK. He hasn't really been around. He wasn't responding at one point. Blah, right? So you know, they sit down and order food. And PK, you know, they kind of get to the bottom of it, basically saying that PK says that he feels that Dorit has like controlling issues. The latest issue was him deciding that he was going to take the apartment. He felt like he did not have to, you know, talk to her about it because she's getting the house, she's staying in the house. So why should I talk about it? He was, and she was just like, well, I think we should have a conversation about it. He was just like, but that's the problem. I don't think we should. He said you've always had, you know, control issues. And so this is just me saying, like, I mean, for one, you have this house. What's wrong with taking the apartment? Like, why are we having a conversation about it? Then they talk about a long email where I guess it came after their last therapy session. And where he talks about wanting a lawyer because he says that they could not communicate effectively. He says that she brings out the worst in him. And that right now he wants to focus on co-parenting and making sure that that's okay. And, you know, he wants to rebuild that friendship that they once had because that that's what he feels is missing. So, you know, she's obviously asking, like, you know, where do we stand? And I'm like, he just told you, girl.
He just told you, lady.
But she's like, where do we stand? Are we like separated, divorced? I was going blah, blah. And, you know, he doesn't really give an answer. Just keeps mentioning the kids. That he don't know if they'll work it out. He don't know if he'll know if they will or won't.
He don't care if they work it out.
And like I titled this stream, Dorit, just let it go, boo. At this rate, you know, this man and told you bring out the worst in him. That is not a good thing. And he just don't care. So, and then to tie up another scene, we saw a scene with Bose and Keely. Keely is meeting Bose's daughter, and it seems like Bose has set her daughter up to ask him everything that she cannot. And so she does ask him questions as far as will he be moving here or will he be staying in San Diego? Asking questions about I guess how many kids they'll have. And then the final question that he did not answer was how soon are they looking to be married? And he did not answer the question. So I'll stop there. And love, thoughts on Bose and Keely and PK and Dorit, our love stories of the season.
My God. I'm gonna stay single. if that's the love that we're looking at.
I'm ready for Dorit to realize PK never loved that woman. This is the thing. It's okay, right? To go through things in private and to say your inner thoughts to your private person in private in your home. PK sat there and read her for filth.
Listen, up and down.
I said, that man don't love you. I would never think you would. We're on national television. You sat up there and was just like, I don't like you. I don't think I ever did. I'm a terrible person when I'm in the room with you. You're the mother of my children. That's where it starts and stops. And I'm going to give you the house and the divorce. I was like, okay, that's it. That's all that sit down was from beginning to end. So I'm not interested in the PK and Dorit thing at this point. I mean, like Jamie said, I've already told you, I don't like you. So she was just like, you're like 100 steps ahead of me. Or did you ever feel like you wanted a divorce? I want a divorce now. Yes, I felt that way.
Okay. Yeah, I feel it right now. Yeah.
I want it right now.
Yeah, today. right now and yesterday. And when I sent that email
with the check, actually, I'll take it with the check before we even finish filming the scene. I want the divorce. It's embarrassing at this point. At any time moving forward, I'm so happy this season's almost over. I can't take another PK. PK doesn't like you, and that's okay for me. I need to be her. That's where things aren't the same. Boz and I love when children become adults in the room. That girl was asking everything we've been wanting to ask, like you said. But even though this is probably the best scene I've seen him in, as far as like I didn't dislike him in this scene like I had every single other time he's been on the TV. He was very normal in this scene, but as far I saw through the BS and some of the answers and the questions, I still didn't leave this scene being like, okay, I like him now. I think this is a beautiful thing. I'm still in the same space. Yeah. Like at the end of the day. And some of the answers to the questions were stupid. Well, I wouldn't want to uproot you. So, I'm still going to keep my house in San Diego. What? Even after the, oh, okay. Is it going to be the family vacation house? The way he said it, kind of like, I'm going to still go home on the weekends type energy. I don't know. I can't get down with him still. This was the best time, but I just still can't get down with him completely. I'm not on board. If they got married, I'm raising my hand when they ask me to. That's where
I'm at.
That's where I'm at.
You ain't the only one, love. Like, so my thing is, I understand, like, you've been married, you've got kids. At the end of a marriage, you're going to want to ask questions and make sure that decisions aren't being rushed into and, like, y'all aren't calling it quits, like, before you have an opportunity to work stuff out. This man does not want to work anything out. We've got Erica begging for bags, Dorit begging for bags and her man, Bo's begging her daughter to find out if her man likes her, check yes or no. They are begging. Stand up. Sutton begging her mama for attention. The only one not begging is Jennifer Tilly and Garcelle. Like, come on. And they're both telling Sutton, like, hey, girl, like, we're not going to do this. Stand up. Kyle's begging Mauricio to love her again. Like, oh my God, these women are going out sad. But what tickled me about this scene with Dorit and PK, other than Dorit getting humiliated on TV, was PK saying, I had to move into an apartment. That was the most degrading, humbling experience of my life. I'm like, okay.
Wait.
An apartment? What? But okay. Sure, big dog. Sure, big dog. Go.
Wow.
Go right ahead.
It's PK. Not when he stayed in a hotel for 2 months. Wasn't he at the Waldorf Astoria? Right. You didn't even have a fucking apartment then. What do you mean? Hotel man, room 306? What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
But like I think Durga said, she said, Dorit has all this energy for Sutton, but where's big Dorit whenever it comes to PK? And that's why she has this energy for Sutton. And this, again, which is why I didn't understand when everybody got on Sutton's back when Sutton said, you aren't mad at me, you are mad at your life. Both clutched her pearls and said, oh my God, you're weaponizing. No, baby, that's not what weaponizing means. I'm seeing through deflection. I'm seeing redirection and misdirection. This lady cannot take this energy out on her husband. So she's taking it out on me. And here we are, we're seeing it because she got quiet as a church mouse whenever PK was reading her from the floor up on out the door.
Listen,
I can't help you, girl. I can't help you, girl. But it is what it is. I really hope that this divorce ends quickly for the sake of Dorit. I will say through that whole conversation, PK was the only one concerned about their children.
Which is interesting because usually, she's
thought he was a horrible father.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, that's where I'm stand on.
I'll say this, the reason why, I feel Dorit does not have this energy towards PK is because I think there may be a bit of guilt there. And I also think outside of guilt, I think that she knows that this is over. And he's dead and that serious,
Yeah, I have empathy for her for that. Like that's
I have empathy for her because that position is hard to be in when you're trying to, get something and you know deep down that you're not gonna get it, but it's just like you're still trying to get it. I feel for her, but I mean, at some point, like she said earlier, the same energy she put when she said, he's not good, and PK just like the way she talks to these women needs to be the same tone that she kind of goes into these conversations with PK about. But I think she's fearful that while also having hope that it may not come back. And I realistically I don't think it will be, because like I said, he said you bring out the worst in me. That's what it is.
Yeah, dang.
That's very like damn.
That was a read.
It goes back to what Erica said. Girl, get out of there.
It's over.
He's like it was real. Just saying.
But also, I find it comical that Bose had so much to say to Dorit about the disillusion of her relationship. It was like, I'd never let a man punk me like that. You got to get up. You got to go. Meanwhile, she's like, Keely. Ask him if he wants to go to prom with me. Like, girl, Bose.
Can you tell me if you like today?
That's crazy. Do you want to hold hands and reset? Like,
the thing is, somebody did punk her like that. I mean, if you see a woman the first time and you allowed to see her the second time next to the damn hospital bed, you got punked, sweetie, because the first time, if you weren't no punk, you would have kicked out then.
Maybe. Maybe.
If you thought what you thought the second time, you thought it the first time too. That's why it was the second time. That's just me. I don't know. I know you got to leave soon. Love, did you want to dip out now, or you want to go? You want to wait until I get to the last part, and I'll let you go.
We do the last part. I already have my bag packed.
Okay.
She goes, I'm out.
So
gotta drop off this little Toro.
Obviously, I'll skip through this. I should have added with the last bit of the love, because it was more love, as he just mentioned. Kyle and Mauricio, not really here for it. What I will say is Mauricio is a bit more gentle in the way that he's handling Kyle, whereas PK is like, no, done with your ass. Okay. So that's just what it is. But he basically, the thing I took from this conversation that irritated me the most, Kyle being any kind of upset while she openly admits that they're separated and they can do what they want. If you have that understanding that's what y'all have, I'm sorry. Why are you even putting on a front for anybody? The first time she got that call and they said, did you see this? And be like, oh yeah, it's cool. That's what I would have said if I knew that we had that. But I mean, sometimes I know it's the realization of something happening, but the initial conversation she had with the ladies was like, I don't know. But realistically, you do know. Y'all have been understanding.
Yeah.
Clearly, So that happened in that. And then they get to St. Lucia. They got room assignments, obviously clicked up, blah, blah, blah. There's a conversation between Jennifer Tilly, Sutton, and Garcelle. Sutton is just still not over the thing with Dorit and what happened last week. 2 episodes ago or whatever. And so she's feeling away. She feels like, Kyle just seems to make up so easily with Dorit, but when it comes to her, she does not make up that, that fast for her. In fact, she feels like she has to fight a little harder to get back on Kyle's good side, whereas Dorit kind of got it easy. So Jennifer Tilly basically says that, the group is very cliquey. She feels like she, is like trying to get to know everybody, but I don't think she really cares, to be honest. But Sutton ends up getting emotional and says it's been a long road, and the only person that has been there for her from the beginning is Garcelle. Duh. And she finally admits that she wants them to like her, and she just, like I said, listen. You say I ain't wearing my shirt today. I should just go throw it out because I'm tired of it now. I'm irritated. And then simultaneously, there was a quick scene with Erica, Bose, and Dorit. And, Dorit is talking her little ish. She all hyped up after she couldn't be hyped up in front of PK, and saying that, Sutton is walking around kind of feeling guilty and feeling away after the way she talked to her last week. But she feels like Sutton is kind of either fessing up some drama or about to come to her with an apology. And that's what we see next week, that everybody's kind of coming at Sutton, and Sutton just says, what do y'all want from me? Love, I'll let you go. Then you can go or whatever. I know y'all leave. So any thoughts on any of that?
Yes. My little final thoughts. Mauricio and PK are dogging their wives. I hate being on the man side of things naturally, But God damn it, I'm Team Mauricio and PK all way. That's the way. Not so much PK, because we know he is a scammer, but Mauricio's situation, I'm with him 100%. I don't care about what Kyle is crying about. I don't care about her therapy sessions with her life coach. I don't give a damn about her going to a little doctor's appointment with Kathy. You came into this show first, shook the table up with your marriage to the viewers, and said you don't have to explain anything to Mauricio anymore. You told that. You said that to him when he was kikiing and trying to be cute and, hey, oh, baby, love bug. But remember back when he was still calling you pet names? Remember that? Remember when he was checking how many tattoos you got and you shut him down? He was still in a good space with you then. Y'all was still boinging. I know y'all were. Y'all were still good.
Yuck.
Fast forward 365. You didn't like the feedback from the Morgan situation. All of a sudden, Mauricio stepped outside with one of them things. And we're supposed to feel sorry for you? I don't feel sorry for Kyle whatsoever. I don't give a damn if he's sad every night. I don't care. You're rich. You did this to yourself. I would have some empathy if the Morgan situation would have never went down. Yeah. If Mauricio busted through the gate this season with the rah-rah, I'd be on Kyle's side. I would. But I have zero. And I'm on his side. That's all I got. But I love you guys. I'm going to dip out, though.
I love.
See you later, babe. Have fun tonight.
Love has to get out of here, y'all, but she'll be here obviously the rest of the season. And just to piggyback off that, if I let you go, Jamie, this is to me is basically a repeat of last year, the thing with Mauricio and Kyle, because last year I feel like it was the reverse. You know, Mauricio was looking at Kyle upside her head, like, what's up with this Morgan stuff, you know? And she was fumbling and stumbling. So it's just like, that's why I'm not really invested. I see comments, people saying, you know, about, because it's been said that allegedly Mauricio had been messing around on Kyle for years, and this is not the first time we've had rumors. So I mean, we don't really know, right? But it's just kind of, I'm not invested in the love story.
Yeah.
I wish they would just end it, honestly.
put us out of our misery.
Yeah.
Somebody commented a little earlier that said Kyle had been covering for Mo's rumored infidelity for years and years and years. And I want to point out that was the decision that she made. So I'm sorry, she doesn't get brownie points for lying about her husband cheating on her. If you actively make the choice to put up a front for people year after year and deny these rampant rumors, at some point they are going to catch up to you and you're going to be left with egg on your face. And I think last year she got to the point where she was big and bad and she thought, okay, the grass is greener. I'm going to go out here. I'm going to try something new, which at the dissolution of a marriage, you should do. That's a natural thing. People should do it. Shit wasn't sweet. And she thought that things were just going to go right back to what they were. And this man is like, no, I'm good. You've given me permission to go out and do what I need to do. I'm not turning back. I have a small bit of empathy because breakups are rough. But also Kyle is a master manipulator. She's a master truth twister. We've seen her over the last 15 seasons manipulate the truth, manipulate storylines to put her in a favorable light. And I will say, the most toxic individuals are the ones that talk through a narrative in order to paint a certain picture to people, but can't take the heat whenever that narrative is flipped on them. And we've seen that happen with Kyle more and more. Last year, she really let Mauricio have it on TV. And this man isn't even disrespecting her. He's just out here living his life, and she cannot handle it. And I think she's getting a taste of her own medicine, and she doesn't like the way that Robitussin tastes. So, I mean, I'm sorry, girl. Like, this is the bed that you have made, and now Mauricio's out there lying with other women in it. As far as Sutton and Garcelle, I really am having trouble understanding where people online are dogging Sutton and Garcelle out for like their viewpoint on things. Because we all have been there since day one and have seen how the Fox Force 4 or whatever have treated them and have really gone after them one after another. They literally have taken turns. There hasn't been a single season where they haven't had at least one of them throwing slick shade, doing whatever. Their stuff is purely retaliatory. Like, I've never seen them start anything from scratch. They haven't randomly, like out the blue, when they're in a good space with everybody, all of a sudden be like, oh, you know what? We're starting this. Um, the Garcelle and Sutton we see this season has been 4 seasons in the making. And if I had women badgering me every day I showed up for work, at someday I'm gonna pull up and just run my mouth and I'm gonna make your life a living hell on TV. Like, and this is where they're at, and I can't fault them. I really want Garcelle to take Sutton to the side and be like, "We are better than this. You are better than this. You need to stop begging these women for the affirmation." And somebody said it in the comments. We said it 2 episodes ago. A lot of this stems from the issue she has with her mother, the low self-esteem, the not thinking she's good enough. She had to chase her mother around for approval and affection, and that's just spilled. She probably more than likely had to chase her husband around. She's talked about that. So, like, at some point as an adult, you can't just like turn that switch off. You want to be big, you want to be bad, you want to be big sut, but like those issues run deep. And I'm sure these ladies, having things that Sutton wishes she had, or being more confident that Sutton wishes in a way Sutton wishes she was, it's not easy to do that. So the lady flies off the handle every now and then. Okay, cool. But if I had ladies breathing down my neck, they'd get more than just cussed out every now and then if it was me.
I agree. I do enjoy Sutton. I do wish that she would, boss up, and bossing up doesn't always mean cussing out somebody, telling somebody they broke. Sometimes bossing up is just standing up for yourself in a way to where you're not just breaking down. And if Sutton's been around so long now, so it's no coincidence that these ladies are treating her a certain kind of way. She tends to confuse being on speaking terms or good terms with somebody. For people, not everybody erases the past on what happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think when she makes up with you, and I said this a couple episodes ago, she genuinely tries to move forward. And everybody doesn't do that. Some people that lady Erica does not really like you. Yeah, she cordial with you. I had a conversation. Erica is an example of somebody that I think she is okay. She tolerates Sutton, but they will never be like cool friends.
Yeah.
Kyle has shown Sutton her slip so many times. At this rate, if Sutton don't see it, then she deserves to be down. I'm sorry, because in this one relationship, I don't know why she's still crying about. Of all the other ones, that one is that one. And that,
I
why
wanted her to keep the energy that she had. I will not worship at the altar of Kyle Richards. I wanted that for the whole damn season. It didn't even last an episode.
Sutton, that's the thing.
Stand up.
She give you one episode of dang. That's
and you're like, yeah, here we are. We're gonna do it.
Throw the whole damn shirt away because I can't wear it no more because he's still coming back. It's crazy. But I do enjoy her, and next week when they coming at her, I hope that maybe this is the breakthrough that gets her to where she does not, go down this path of Lisa anymore, because it looks like they are. And the reason why I side with her is because they come for her for things that they have all done before.
Yeah.
When realistically, she really has no malintent behind it. She's just saying what the people are thinking. You may not like her, but at the same time, like, she's not really doing anything that they either haven't done. It's just because it's her, it's a problem. And Erica and Kyle and Dorit are about it. I'm sorry.
She talked about her wallet, and those ladies thought that it was the most outlandish, most disgusting thing she could have said. I'm like, ma'am, we're in Beverly Hills. Like, you all have talked about the price of things that you own. You all have made comments. Like, Dorit literally was talking about her massive wealth for years and years. Like, that was literally her only storyline. Erica brought people into her mansion. It was like, I have a chapel. I have it. Like, girl, please. So Sutton says, I'm sorry, your wallet's too small to argue with me. And all of a sudden, she's a horrible person. Please.
But also, Sutton is the example of just because you have money, don't mean you have it all. Because she clearly has a lot of money, a lot more than half of them on the cast right now. and she is still unhappy. She still seeks something from this group. Like someone that said in the chat, she could stun on them, right? But at the end of the day, she will never truly be happy because why? She wants their friendship. She wants that acceptance.
But she's also not that kind of person. She's not the kind of person just to be like.
But she's not, but she can be.
I wish she would.
She can go
put some shut them up real fast.
Put some makeup on them little crab legs, and
I hate you so. I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that.
Long bust down and some big old boobs. She wanted
not a bust down.
I'm just saying, if she wanted to stun on them, she could. She has the money to do so. But that's not what she wants. She wants them to be her friend, and that's unfortunate. If I had that kind of money, I don't know. I can't speak where I would be, but I just know that
you'd be in a bust down.
Bust down, big old boobs, that would be me. All right, y'all. We got not stick leg. Yes, stick leg.
Stick leg.
She does need Tilly's confidence. That is what I feel like. Because Tilly, I feel like she truly don't give a damn. And I don't think she's like superficial, but I think she knows she has it. She enjoys her life for what she has, and that's what's important to her.
And she knows she doesn't have to prove anything to everybody. Baby, you can Google my name very easily. I'm an Oscar winner. Like, you can Google my name. I don't gotta prove anything to you, Erica. I don't gotta prove anything to y'all.
All right, y'all. We got 2 callers in the queue. I'm gonna go ahead and let them on. But yes, Big Tilly energy.
Big Tilly.
Because Big Tilly is really,
I love her so much. I love her energy.
I want her to be more involved. I like the energy she brings on the after show. I have watched the episodes since y'all mentioned it, and I will say she's way more verbal.
She doesn't shut up.
She does not. But I like her.
Yeah.
And if she comes back, I want to see her more involved in the group, not just as a piece and someone that Erica lusts over fashion. Literally, every time she sees Jennifer Tilly, she's like,
oh my God, what does she have now? Girl, move.
Like, girl, I'll be like,
get off me.
Begging
I'm pepper spray her.
Get out.
Everybody hide your money. There's poor people here. Like, girl, move.
Okay. That is definitely Erica. All right. Our first caller for today is going to be Durga. How you doing, Durga?
Hey, lady.
Peace. How are y'all?
I'm
good.
Good. So I'm going to make this quick because I am actually really busy. But the first thing I wanted to say is that ever since Dorit and Kyle were cackling on that couch and Dorit forgot that Bose existed, it's very interesting to me that now Bose is like, wants to be Kyle's best friend. Kyle's better than me because if I've been all this cold and all of those things, like at this point you would have to earn my warmth. I'm not just going to be warm to you because you've decided now that it's okay to be nice to me. I'm happy that Sutton said the quiet part out loud. She's desperate for these women to be her friend.
Mm-hmm.
The first step of getting over something is to admit that you have an issue. So hopefully now, she's able to get over it because these women don't like you. The only 2 women on this cast who actually genuinely like you were the women that you were talking to.
Yep.
And so that's where you need to put your focus and your energy into. And everybody else, just, it is what it is. But Sutton's too grown to be crying about friendship. Like, that's
too rich.
Too rich. Come on,
baby.
Too rich.
You got how big her pockets are, and worry about that confidence, sweetie. What about that?
I just feel bad. Like you genuinely have Garcelle and Jennifer Tilly who are ride or dies who stick by you. Like, baby, these are my friends. These are my friends.
These are my friends. Because if I'm your real friend and I'm listening to you cry about Kyle, I'm gonna feel some type of way.
Well, I think that's what Garcelle is now. That's why she's like, okay, she's scared of her. Like, I think she's at the point where it's like, girl, you still lusting over there? You couldn't have thought that bringing Kyle to your mom was gonna make our relationship stronger, did you? You couldn't have thought.
Okay, because she sided with your mom.
Hello,
right? Like, I'm not trying to hear that, Sutton. Please, you're a mom. Get over it.
You're a mother.
Like, get over it. I will say that I do think that Sutton and Garcelle need to bring a little bit more. I I feel like every scene with them is either them keying on a phone or getting into it with somebody. And so, like, I think that Sutton should be taking us more into her clothing brand, showing her getting like the collection together, things like that. Even though we didn't really like it, I feel like there's a little bit more that I want to be fans of them, and I want them to endear us to their life and not just the drama that
Yeah.
they're embroiled in.
I
And
Um,
think
that's
a
where
lot
I
of that
feel
has
like
to
we
do
are.
with that has to do a lot with editing now, because if you've noticed the past couple of seasons, nobody has really gotten a spotlight on anything that they're doing outside of fighting. Like at the beginning of the season, Garcelle was showing like her production company and her movies, and it's like production just said, okay, we gave you an episode or two, like we're moving
Yeah.
along. But like it seems like across a lot of the Housewives franchises, they are moving away from showcasing the women's like businesses and their endeavors, and just kind of like it's group scene, y'all get in there and y'all fight.
they
And I
probably
agree, it
tired
gets
of him
kind of
coming
like
up.
hmm,
They probably tired of
Probably
him coming
are.
up and they're not following through with him. I mean,
They don't
hello.
want to deal with candies. No more candies.
G and
But
A didn't turn into a whole damn wellness plan versus a
yeah,
that
whole.
that's
never,
true.
my God.
Like, come on, Sheree has ruined it for us all. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
We're no
true.
longer getting
But
that.
I agree, Durga. It's like I miss the days when they were like this. Even Dorit, like, damn, ain't none of her business is open, but at least she showed that she was paying the book at the Beppy house. Like,
Yeah, like it's
okay,
like there's got to be more in life than just group settings and then like
yeah,
one-on-ones. It's got to be more than that.
yeah.
Um, and so I kind of agree with Erica. I'm sorry. Ugh, I just feel dirty saying that.
Boo,
I know I feel
tomatoes.
dirty, but yeah, I do. I just feel like, come on now. And then Bose, I'm not I'm not understanding how we're at fertility clinics and talking about children
Mm,
when this man doesn't have a relationship with the one that's here.
mm,
He doesn't have a relationship with the daughter that's here.
mm,
You haven't taken time to cultivate a relationship between them, and you want to bring another baby into the mix. This is fake.
mm, and I
This is
hate that
fake.
for her.
This is fake. Uh, I can't see how it can be real because there's no way. And then Erica, I love that Jennifer Tilly gently but swiftly took her jewelry bag back.
Baby, she was gonna steal it.
She said, "Thanks. Oh, I know you like it." Erica is boring. I feel like they could actually let Erica go.
Mm,
Erica has not, ever since the Tom thing, Erica has been coasting, and she's really not bringing anything except for "Woe is me." And
yeah.
I just don't feel like watching "Woe is me," especially to a woman who decided to spend $37,000 on uh not the greatest decor instead of maybe helping victims.
Mm,
Mm.
mm,
Oh, the victims are still out there.
mm,
Like that could have paid a hospital bill. I know it could have. That could have paid for a procedure. And
mm.
so she'll never get the sympathy from me. As long as I see you doing conspicuous consumption, when you know that there are people who are out here struggling because of you and your husband's spending, I'll never have respect for it.
I agree.
Durga, we got another call in the queue. I'm gonna let
I
you
was
go.
gonna
Okay?
say that's it. So all right, have a good night.
She said, "I'm going to be
Thank
quick," and
you.
proceeds to read every cast member.
Sorry.
All right,
Bye.
have a good night.
Bye, Durga.
All right. All right. Our last caller for tonight is Lisa. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Lisa.
How you
Hi,
doing?
darling. How y'all
Now,
doing
Lisa, be
tonight?
nice. Be nice tonight,
No, I'm
Lisa.
not
Be
gonna be nice.
nice.
I'm not gonna
And
be nice. But I'm gonna tell you like this right here. Let's go for it, baby. If Dorit can have her black friend, Garcelle can be Sutton black friend. Okay, and they just get over and move on. They got both of them got black and white friends, and I love both of them. And so I'm tired of it. Okay. So that's how I put that. So both of them. So Dorit got her black friend. Sutton got her black friend holding down for her. Okay.
mm,
And I tell you something. And I'm not fin. I'm not fin. Like I say, man, look at Dorit and Kyle. Don't you remember? I think what happened between Mo and Kyle when her friend committed suicide,
Hmm.
and she was in a dark place. And I don't think Mo was there for her at that moment.
Mm. I
and
remember
she
you
wanted him
saying
to,
that.
yeah, and 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 I don't think he was there for that in that moment. And I believe that when she probably like, okay, because she was in a dark place, her friend just committed suicide without no reason. So I think that when she probably checked, started, looking at Mo kind of differently. But I
Yeah.
believe, like I said, both Derek and Kyle relationships, these are long relationships. So I'm not gonna check on her. Like I said, it's hard to give up and say goodbye to a relationship when you've been around that long. You got kids and everything else. So I'm not gonna get into it. But I just wish everybody in that situation the best. Cause
Quickly.
they've been married. They've been married. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
and also, Bo's daughter is just like my daughter. Child, my daughter would have been checking dude left and right. Excuse me, sir, what you and baby, she was asking questions, and I was down for it. I was down for it. I like got check. Yep, that's it. That's it. Ask those questions, girl. And like I said, sudden. I mean, I don't mean I like I like Tilly. I do. I do. I like Tilly. She's cool. She's cool and everything. But it's just in the Erica. Now Erica, now I'm on your count like the last guy I'm on your side, but that woe me this something get on my nerves. Come on, now we and I were talked about. Okay, you was right. One thing you was right about when you was going through your stuff, they was on, but you was dead wrong too, Erica, because you cussed that little boy out for no reason. Now you was on antidepressant and you were drinking and stuff, and you cussed that little boy out. So, and I would God say I'd be making you cuss my son out too. Even though you
Mm.
did go to her, even though she did go to Garcelle and she apologized, she said I really didn't mean to do that to your son. And but at that moment, it can't be woe me all the time, okay? I'm
Yep.
tired of hearing Eric, okay? You got the earrings back, okay? And the judge did say you was not part of that, none of that. It said in the court of law she was not part of it. Even though she did have to spend the money, okay? But anything with them, what else they did? What else they talking about? And I'm tired, yeah. Sudden, no, you ain't finna get my sympathy. Why you still kind of be Kyle friend for? Kyle don't like you like that, child. She don't. She don't. Kyle don't give. Kyle ain't nobody for him but her and her sister. And she better want to be tolerated with they butt. So she is not here for you, baby. Okay, get a brand new life and let's move on, baby doll. You sitting up and crying like you're a grown ass woman. Now you got to get drunk just to tell a person off. You do. And that's how I feel about that. Other than that, chat, baby. This is I'm sick of it. I'm glad to see you go off because I'm sick of this right here right now. I am so sick of this season. This season get on my last nerve. They need to bring somebody that song or something because this get on my nerves. And also, y'all, I finally got on my baby. I finally got my baby Chase TV show the other day. Yes, I did. I finally made my appearance over there. And I
Okay.
don't know what you talking about, Cortez. Cortez, we might have to do Atlanta, baby, because Kelly came in hot, baby. Kelly came in hot, baby. She saw that man. She said she saw that man. She saw that woman man.
Okay.
Okay now. Yeah, so we probably got to
Chase,
check out Atlanta, baby.
you can listen. Chase is just as much the lean as he is no chaser, but however, that's his own brand. I would highly recommend you watch it over there because it will not be over here.
Well, I would
I
definitely be on.
highly
I would
recommend.
definitely be on my baby's thing, okay? Because
Yeah, and
he
you know
got
what?
very emotional.
I told him, if I get the urge to want to help, like, to want to like do the show, because I haven't watched it yet. I'm sure it'll probably get good. It may be interesting from what I've seen, but I would probably review on his show, but I don't see
Hmm.
us doing that over here at the Lean. You'll
Yeah,
probably see
he got
myself
very
doing.
emotional. He got very emotional because I came over there.
Oh, to my
He
Chase.
got very,
I
yeah,
love
he
him.
really
He
did.
loves his sister. We
And
love
that
him.
did, and I got emotional. I got off. I got emotional.
Oh,
I got emotional because he can't.
y'all act like said y'all wanted to love each other. Dang, y'all.
Okay, just
I do
crying.
love
Come
y'all.
on.
I do love
I
y'all. I do. I love all of y'all, baby. But y'all have a good night. And I see you
Bye,
next week,
Lisa.
okay? Love you,
Thank
boo.
you, Lisa. Have a
Bye,
good night.
sweetie.
Bye bye.
All right.
Lisa said, I hate this season. I hate everybody on this cast. They are all getting on my nerves. Wrap it
That's true.
up. Let's wrap it
We
up.
almost there. Listen, it's 2 more episodes. Looks like they're probably going to end on the trip because,
I think so.
I mean, which
Sutton
is
had her
good.
meltdown, so
Well, that's
yeah.
next week, and then we have a finale. So I'm curious to see how everything ends. And maybe this is our breakthrough, like I said. All
Yeah.
right, y'all. Just like y'all heard from Lisa, if you're going to be watching Real Housewives of Atlanta, Chase and No Chase the TV, as in our Chase, it has its own channel. If I've mentioned a million times, if you ain't subscribed by now, you need to do so. But he has his own channel, and he reviews other shows. He has a happy hour on Wednesdays, similar to like how the lunch link used to go, like Hot Topics. But he's also doing the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So this channel will not be doing it. I'm put on the screen right now, chat, so y'all can find it. But yes, you can find his content. And let me tell you something, Chase. First of all, I went to TikTok to his video. Baby, Chase is doing
They
the
be
damn
viewing.
on many levels. That TikTok, something I don't even know how to use, is boom. Okay. So I highly recommend y'all subscribe. His channel is doing really well. And for those that watch Atlanta, he will be reviewing that show. He still is a part of the Beverly Hills panel. I think someone asked earlier, where is Chase? We have rotation. So he wasn't here this week. He'll probably be here next week. So just keep subscribing, keep liking. And thank you, Jamie. Thank you to our callers. Thank you, Lisa and Durga, on calling in today. Thank you, Sean, Amanda, Art World, David, Marcus, Give Me Shelter, Orchid, Chaos. Who else is in the chat today? Y'all was in the chat. Who was that? Creative.
I was chatting.
Huh? You said who? Chad?
They were chatting.
They were chatting. It was a great chat today. Purring Kitty. Okay, Purring Kitty. That's the name right there. On that note, like the video. We're gonna see y'all next time. Okay, y'all have a good night.